good day, gentlemen. It's a good day to think about responsibility. If you're willing to accept the responsibility that you have to protect this team and this school and this town. And make no mistake about it, gentlemen, we're in the business of winning. The expectations couldn't be any higher. Can you be perfect?
Let's go on one. Ready?
I guarantee you it'll knock your socks off if you're not used to Texas high school football.
You're smaller, and you're going to be smaller every week.
It's really hard to find something more exciting, more intense, more emotional.
Ain't going to be no growth spurts between now and the first game.
The football players are idolized by the kids. They're almost treated like NFL players.
Chartered planes, chartered buses, multi-million-dollar football facilities.
You're going to use your mind.
It is a religion.
You're going to play with your heart.
People go to that church every single Friday night.
Where we had 22,000 people in this stadium, you could not hear yourself think.
And that's what you're going to use to win the state championship.
I was made aware of the book about 12 years ago when it first came out because my cousin wrote it. I read it and was really blown away by it.
If I was writing fiction, I could not have made up the things that happened. I don't have the imagination. I think very few people could.
The film, like the book, chronicles the 1988 Odessa Permian Panthers bid for their 6th state championship.
Can you talk a little about the expectations you feel from the community to win a state championship?
Well, sir, it's about 105 degrees. I'm looking at about 200 Permian alumni. There's 6, maybe 7 Division I college recruiters. And it's 6 in the morning. How do you think we feel?
What's it like being the quarterback? Do you think you can handle it?
If you got a receiver getting jammed inside, what will you do with your brain?
Yeah, hope so.
What will your brain do? You'll throw outside.
Throw it outside.
You'll throw outside.
Odessa's a small town. When you screw up, everybody knows about it.
Hold on to the damn ball, Donnie.
Should we believe the hype?
What hype?
The hype about Boobie Miles?
No, hype is something that's not for real. I'm all real.
Boobie was a heck of a player.
Boobie once again running downfield.
He had all the talent in the world.
I was, 5'11", 6 foot, 195 pounds. I could run a 4.4, 4.5, 40. I was strong and fast, quick. I was like a Walter Payton / Earl Campbell.
45. Boobie, that's my nephew out there. The boy can play some football, I'm telling you.
Boobie was an excellent runner. He made people miss. He was large. He could run over you or run around you, and he had speed.
Okay, who's your guy's favorite player? Boobie Miles.
Boobie was the big cat, the top dog. This was supposed to be his year.
He was good. I mean, people were looking at Boobie Miles from his sophomore and junior year forward, and he had some serious players looking at him.
He can spin left, he can spin right, don't make no difference. He can block, tackle, score the touchdown, snap the ball, hold the snap, and kick the extra point. Hell, the boy will fill up the Gatorade cooler, walk the dog, and paint your backboards.
He was cocky.
Can be read as cocky.
He was cocky.
Yes, he's a very cocky young man.
Everybody say I was cocky. I was cocky, but it's just the way I like to play the game.
God made black beautiful. God made Boobie beautiful. Boobie gonna knock him out with black knights on his feet. Ain't that right?
I'm gonna stand up. If I lose, I lose. You know what I'm saying? I win, I told you so.
He was the one that would draw the line in the sand and say, all right, suckers, let's go. He'd get in their face. And you kind of thought, well, he's done popped off now. We got to go now.
Boobie was very confident. He's a charming guy. I mean, he had a lot of charisma. I mean, people were drawn to Boobie.
He was bold, but he wasn't trying to be bold. It just was who he was.
But I can remember him as a freshman and a sophomore in high school. And he was one of the best running backs I've ever seen. He really was.
Nobody's going to catch this. Let me tell you, folks, Boobie Miles is worth the price of admission.
You'll always hear about Boobie Miles from this day on if you're a Permian football player, a Permian football fan.
Oh, but you let me kick the extra point. Not this time. Come on, you did enough.
He'll always be a legend at Permian.
Hi, Don.
Hey, Karen.
It's you. Do you like it? Do you like it?
I think so. What is it?
Rice Krispie. You like it, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Donnie's Donnie, good-looking guy. I mean, the girls loved Donnie, and Donnie had that fight, that desire to be number one, to always be at the top of his game.
Billy Lee, you ain't got to worry about holding on to the ball, man.
What's that?
Because you ain't gonna get the ball. Your job is to be blocking for Booby. I don't care if your daddy is over there crying. You never shut up, do you?
I played blocking back. No, I played tailback. I was hard-nosed, run straight ahead, not much finesse. I wanted to hit somebody. Booby and I did have one altercation. After that, though, Booby and I were teammates. We were brothers out there on the field.
Winchell will swing it out to Billingsley, and the ball is stripped by Dominguez. Kevin Lane and a blatant pass by Billingsley.
I was pretty cocky, defiant, didn't really respect authority. I was looking to get in trouble, whether that be on the street. I think basically how any 17-year-old kid who plays football is.
I don't think many people during that season would have given him much of a chance of doing anything because he was one of the wild members of the team.
But he was just that kind of stereotypical, just kind of badass, you know. Partied hard on the weekends, but do his job.
Billingsley up the middle.
And did it at the level, you know, that many can't do it at.
My entire family has gone to Permian and graduated from there, and that was something that I wanted to do. I knew what it was to play for Permian.
Z burst.
My linemen are an 80 pass block.
Wide receiver.
He runs burst route. If he sees cover two, he bends outside 8 to 12 yards.
20 yards and runs straight to the sideline. Are you ready for this, Mike?
Mike Winchell was the leader of the pack. He could throw the ball a country mile.
Mike Winchell is a quiet leader. He leads by example. When he called a play, you knew you were running that play.
Really, when he was on the field, he was, you know, he was in his own world and really didn't worry about the pressures and everything.
I'm not worried about what other people think or say or, you know, why'd he do that or why'd he do this. I'm just worried about, hey, they got confidence in me and they know I can win. And
Mojo quarterback Mike Winchell throws down, drops back, and goes deep again.
All year, you know, they go unnoticed so much, but that was a big key. Our offensive line controlled that sucker today.
But off the field, I think it was pretty hard for him.
You didn't see him in with the social groups or, you know, at the different events. Kind of reserved. A lot of times he was nervous. God, he was nervous a lot of times. But when the right decision had to be made, he made it.
I was a wired kid. I mean, I was just, you know, I'd freak out at the first sign of trouble. You know, I was just terrified of making mistakes.
You ever feel cursed, Coach? That no matter what, inside your heart, you feel that you're going to lose.
Even in the middle of the game, we're killing somebody, you know, 30, 40 to nothing, and he's still worried about the next play, and I'm like, Winchell, enjoy it. We're having fun, man. This is awesome.
Chavez is playing like a man possessed.
Brian was the smartest guy on our team as well as in our school. He would line up, and he's a big guy, strong, and would just roll over people. I would love to see, you know, as I'm running the ball, Brian leading the way, and there's going to be a collision.
I would be one of the guys that would start getting on to guys that weren't doing what they were supposed to or that were maybe a little scared, stuff like that.
When you look at him now, you'd be like, you know, he went to Harvard. He ain't played no football. Chavez plays some football. Good, tough kid.
But he loved to hit people. You know, he wasn't a troublemaker or out looking for fights, but when the helmet come on, I mean, the play's over and they ain't blowing the whistle, and Chavez is putting a corkscrew to some poor sucker down on the turf.
You got treated like a rock star. I mean, it was whatever girl you wanted to go out with.
Everybody knows who you are, Melissa.
Everybody knows who you are, Mike.
You're just automatically the most popular guys in school, went to the best parties. It wasn't a party unless you were there.
I think everybody realized Brian was destined for bigger and better things.
We got to lighten up. 17. You feel 17?
I don't feel 17.
He had decided at an early age that he wanted to be an attorney, that he wanted to go to an Ivy League school. Football was not everything for him.
I don't know if I've ever done a toast myself before. Been involved in a few, but well, here's to Booby Miles, who, well, everything you get this year, you deserve it. LV, to you, I can't even tell you how proud of you I am. The way you've raised this kid and what you do for him, and God bless us. God bless.
Well, I was in a foster home for like a year, and my uncle found out I was in foster homes. And him and my grandfather came and got me out of foster home, and I moved to Odessa, and I started living with him and his family. He found out I could run real fast, so he made me a running back.
How y'all doing up there? Y'all doing all right?
He was at practice every day, watching me practice, from elementary all the way through high school. He coached football and basketball at the boys' club, so he interacted with a lot of these kids around here.
I've known Booby since 7th grade, and I have really fond memories of LV. You could tell, I mean, he loved Booby, and Booby loved him, and they had a really close relationship.
Taught me how to spin, stiff arm, he taught me all that. The high knees, the cuts, taught me life. That's what he taught me too. But, you know, anytime that you take on a responsibility that really not your responsibility, you know, he stuck with me no matter what. You know, I know I gave him problems. You know, but he stuck with it. He didn't abandon me. He stuck with me. That's my hero, man. My uncle is my hero. And he passed away in 1998.
Your dad played at Permian. What's it like to be the son of a local legend?
Hold on to the damn ball, Donnie.
Next question.
Well, Charlie, he was a hero when he played ball in high school. He was an all-state athlete and went on to play a little bit of college ball.
Are you sure he's part of your gene pool, Charlie?
And there was always kind of friction there because his father had played for the school as well, for the Permian Panthers, had taken them to state and was really, you know, his name was kind of carved in gold throughout the town. He wanted his son to kind of share that same title.
I so much enjoyed the stories my dad used to tell about playing for Permian and just his experiences, because I could learn from those. I'd hurt my knee my senior year and I'm limping around, and then I hear, well, you know, I played with 2 broken wrists. Well, okay, it's time for me to go back out there. With our relationship, there was a little bit of turmoil.
Can't hold on to the football.
I can hold on to the football, Dad. Now get the hell out of here!
I think that they went through some tough times when he was growing up, and I think Don had heard all the wild stories about his dad, and then he, you know, just kind of fell into that trap. And then his dad wanted him to succeed so much. You know, his dad was really wanting him to be a great running back.
It wasn't anything unhealthy. It wasn't anything abusive.
Come here. Embarrassing me out here.
But he demanded mental toughness and physical toughness.
This is the only thing you're ever gonna have. It's an ugly fact of life. Donnie, hell. It's the only fact of life.
Mine and my dad's relationship, since I'd graduated from high school and I'm not right there in the house and we're not cohabiting with each other, we've really developed a strong relationship and a strong bond. It's just amazing to see how we were then and how we are now.
It's Mojo Radio back on the air. Football time in Texas. Tell me about this season. It's going to be good?
We're going to have a hell of a season
I think we're going, man.
We're going to go all the way.
There's been a lot of expectations for this Permian football team. The Panthers are the team to beat in District 4-5A.
The pressure all goes to the head coach.
Everything all right?
Everything's going to be just fine. Everything's all right as long as we win state.
They expect you to win, and it can mess with your soul.
What's up, Booby?
State.
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 State. State.
Booby Miles, he's the guy that is going to carry these guys up the mountain.
Booby!
He's the guy that the team is looking at to get them to the state finals and to win.
Miles cuts to his right. Bailey takes him down.
Messed up my knee.
When he got hurt that day, I will never forget it because 1 millisecond changed his whole life forever.
Everything seemed to fall apart for him when he got hurt.
Everything just started going downhill for me that way.
This was James Miles a year ago, doing what he enjoys most, scoring a touchdown for the Permian Panthers. This is James Miles today, doing what he enjoys least, working his injured left knee back into shape, while his teammates are playing football.
I thought it was gonna be like maybe a couple of day affair, you know. I'd be back on the field, but then when they told me 6 to 8 weeks, I thought that was my whole season, so I didn't know what to do.
Cause see, if you go out there for your knees ready, Coach, my knees fine. You okay with it, Selby?
Yeah, I'm good with it. 100%. I tried to come back, came back within a week and a half to try to play.
Well, what do you know, folks? Look at this.
Ruby doesn't look like he's limping at all. He looks good to me. He looks like he's ready to go.
But when I got back out there on that field, I could run straight, but I couldn't cut to the right. I cut to the left.
Miles going left. Hesitates just a bit and swarmed by the Lee Rebel defense.
That's when I knew that the injury was way more serious than what I thought it was.
Hate to say this, the hole was there. I just don't think Booby could make the cut.
And I was just too anxious to get back, and I had messed it up even more than trying to come back within that week.
Here come the Dominguez brothers. They take him down. He spins and he's down.
Getting the cruciate ligament cut in half, that's major.
I know that when I come back, I'm gonna be the object again, and that people gonna try to take out my knee and stuff, you know? So, hey, I'm gonna make it as strong as I can, and then when I come back, I'm not gonna even worry about it. I'm just gonna act like I played the first couple of games, you know?
At Permian High School, Kerry Garnett for Channel 9 Sports.
It was like something that you love to do that you can't even do it no more, that you really love to do, and not be able to do it again. After I had my knee surgery, I was trying to get ready for colleges, and then I started noticing that a lot of them wouldn't write me no more, you know. And I understand that once you get injured, they don't want to take a chance on you. When I was a junior, you know, getting ready to be a senior, getting all those letters, man, Hawaii, Purdue, Texas Tech, Texas, A&M, Houston, a few black colleges, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Kansas State, Kansas. Man, you name it, I had them. I had them. I had them.
Now what we gonna do? I can't do nothing else but play football.
Hey, don't worry about that.
Don't worry about I can't do nothing else?
Be all right.
I can't do nothing else but play football.
Couldn't play football no more. I couldn't get my family out the ghetto being hurt. You feel what I'm saying? That was my ticket to help me and my family get out, because for some strange reason I just knew I was gonna go to the NFL. But it didn't happen that way.
All he knew, all he did, what gave him joy was football. It was like taking away his hands and his eyes. Yeah, his way that he spoke, which was on the field.
I had to, you know, get a 9 to 5 if I was gonna live in my uncle's house, you know. But it's so hard to find a job out here where you can actually make some money.
You know, it's just a shame that there were no other options for Booby at that point, because really he had gained a lot of his status just through football. I don't think anybody at that time had ever really pushed him to study a lot. That's the tragedy in that situation.
The education, man. You got to get it. You know, I'm a living proof example. You got to have it, man. Got to have your plan B if plan A is not working. God has something else planned for me, I guess. I guess all of this, I don't know. Maybe I would have never had my twins. Maybe I wouldn't be as good a father as I am now if I would have. You understand what I'm saying? I look at it like that. That's how I look at it. Keeps me from going crazy. You dig what I'm saying?
Permian's gonna battle Dallas Corner for the Texas 5A state championship.
Jack, this is going to be an all-out war.
You got room for one more? Absolutely.
I wish I could go back and just kind of be more free-willing about it, because I was very uptight. And it's not that, you know, if I'd have known then what I know now, I still might have been the same way, but I'd enjoyed it more.
As far as that season, I don't have any regrets playing ball. I mean, it was just, you know, the funnest time I've ever had.
You know, you go through that with these guys, and you're always going to bleed a little black and white.
It's hard because these are real individuals, and this is their life that's being put on the screen.
It's more about how these relationships that they develop through playing football and through everything that happened to them through the season, how it affected them and how it affected everybody around them.
The movie is really about the sort of idea that winning is
Who's gonna call it? Call it, Jack. 1, 2, 3, go. Go.
In the playoffs, and the middle of the night will not be going to the playoffs. Let's start first with the
Congratulations.
The tradition-rich Permian Panthers and the controversial Dallas Carter Cowboys. Carter, loaded with talent, had Permian off balance all day. The weather would play a key role in this one. It was cool and rainy. Permian had trouble.
Our kids left everything they had on the field, and I'm extremely proud of our players and for what they've accomplished this season.